What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then it's half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof, like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You don't know what is a star, like another city, the driver's side fly. Gucci get large, so many more, 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as could be. You can watch it on YouTube with room for French. Ay, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM, and on the Odyssey app. Hello, Frog Boy.
Hello.
We got a joint practice today in Tampa. This one is for all the marbles.
I was at home.
It's not, though. It's just-
Went and got a little workout in.
Oh,
Then watched the last little bit of Jet Up.
jet up. They don't have their main jetter today, though.
No, don't worry. They got Tannenbaum.
Oh,
So you know the conversation will be about the Jets.
of course.
And it was about whether Aaron Rodgers should play.
The final preseason. Has he not played yet?
No.
He's not playing.
And like, dude, I am telling you as a football player that there are certain things you have to go through as a player to get ready for the season. And I'm going to tell you like this, Jets fans, I don't want to hear he's rusty because everybody's saying, oh, he's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is still a football player. And I don't care how good, how great, how awesome you are as a football player. There's certain things you have to go through to get ready for the football season.
I feel
For
like
example, think about this. When Tua went out there and went 5 for 5,
Yep.
You know what Mike McDaniel said?
Mm.
We're good. I've seen it. Timing is great.
Yep.
Everything's good. We don't need to see him no more. Aaron Rodgers hadn't done that.
I mean, he's older though, Leroy.
It
Like
doesn't-
does he
it-
really need it?
How old you are, how great you are, doesn't excuse you or keep you away from having to go through the process of getting ready for a season.
I think he
It
said
don't
like,
have to be a lot, but you got to get comfortable.
I think he just said this week though, this is like one of the hardest training camps of his life. It feels like he's working hard.
I'm going to keep saying this. Working in practice on the field, when you are not tackled and that 2.5 seconds ain't real, okay, is different than doing it in a game. It is.
This guy really wants Aaron Rodgers to fail. Marcus, am I crazy?
No,
Hates
it's
Aaron
not.
He hates
No.
Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely
it's not.
hates him.
It's not. It's not that at all.
It's the Viking in him.
So
dude.
let me ask you a question. So you think that Aaron Rodgers is going to pick up where he left off a year ago?
But where he picked up like a year ago, he got scooped off the field in 4 plays.
Again, so he hasn't played football since. And you think that he's just going to pick up where his career left off?
I don't know,
Fast-forward.
but I don't think it's going to be determined whether or not he plays the final preseason game.
Okay.
I don't think it has anything to do with anything.
Okay.
You know, like
All right.
it's.
You're right. What do I know?
I'm not. Don't do that. Don't be like. Don't be all sensitive. Sensitive.
I'm not.
Don't do that.
Here.
Don't do that. That was
Here.
passive aggressive.
I'm not being sensitive at all, but I'm being real. Like for people to think that he doesn't have to go through that process or anybody else has to go through that process of certain things that you got to get together before you start the season. It's crazy.
I don't like what you just did, though. You know,
Okay.
it was basically the same thing like when I'm doing, Tommy's third grade homework, and my wife's been teaching third grade for 15 years, and she's like, "What do I know?"
Well,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
I mean,
"Jeez,
like,
all right, jeez."
I do think that there are certain things. There are certain things that I might have a better grasp on than you do.
I am not doubting your football knowledge. The only man that I come to for more football knowledge is Baldy. But other than that, this man's football prowess is great.
He was on with Joe Rose. I had to get out.
Oh, was he? He was on with Joe Rose today?
I had to get out my car.
Wow.
Y'all got me hate the man that I like.
Baldy.
Right.
I mean, he did a Baldy's breakdown today of the exact. It's almost like Baldy is like football Santa Claus, because he knows exactly which play I want a Baldy's breakdown of. And it was the flippy-doo pass to Jonnu Smith. And what a breakdown it was.
Look at that.
Had to retweet it.
Yeah.
Baldy.
But anyway,
Flip-de-doo
like,
pass.
but and you act like I'm just saying this with Aaron Rodgers.
I think it is Aaron Rodgers.
I've said it with running backs. I've said it mostly with running backs, right?
I don't think
there's
I've ever
certain
heard you
things you got to go through before the season starts, so you know where you are and get your body right.
Dude, I have a pretty good recollection of what we say on the show. I have not heard you have this take on Nick Chubb once.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Nick Chubb is coming off of an injury, and if he were ready to play, he would get a couple of plays in.
Hmm?
I'm just telling you.
What
I
about
didn't see this about Deshaun Watson either. When he was out of football and the Browns picked him up.
No. Tobin. I said he need to get as many reps as possible. He ain't played football in 2 years. I said that.
is he ready to play yet?
Yeah. No. He's on. He like I'm.
He didn't play last week though.
No, but I'm gonna tell you like this. Like as a Browns fan, I think that
It's go time.
I picked up a lot of orders and my food wasn't all there. You know what I'm saying?
I think you guys forgot the garlic knots.
Right. So like I get everybody thinking that preseason and it's preseason, but dude, there is no substitute for learning how to handle your body getting tackled or hit or stuff like that.
Am I supposed to be worried with the Dolphins? Because I'm kind of getting like a little uneasy because
when none of the wide receivers playing.
all the injuries are piling up, dude. Like nobody is out there.
No, but here's the kicker. Here's why I haven't made a big deal about it. Because Mike McDaniel does give his veterans a lot of breaks, right? And just because these guys aren't practicing, we're kind of making a big deal about it when we don't know what the actual issues are.
Yeah,
I will say the only person that I have had some concern with is Waddle,
yeah.
because he ain't done nothing in a minute.
Nope. 2 weeks.
But I'm
Which
not
something that was minor.
right. But I'm not worried about Tyreek. You can't be worried about your left tackle because that's just the nature of his, his
Yeah,
play.
that's his thing. But
And the other thing is this. Playing offensive line, those practices are great for them because that you can simulate a game because you're not, because those guys are the closest thing to real game prep with the rush, with the pass pro, with the run blocking or whatever. You don't cut, you don't do anything like that. So from that standpoint, those guys, the DBs, right? That's as close to game because other than the tackling, a lot of the other stuff is done very similar to the game. But with the running backs and the timing of the quarterbacks and the skill players, right? Sometimes you need to get some of those reps, not necessarily the quarterback and wide receiver. You can get that timing in practice, right?
Mhm.
But like Tua, that little pass that he threw underhanded, right? Or, that little quick pass because he had a free rusher. In practice, that guy just goes off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta feel that, oh, this is quick, right? So like there's certain things during the course of a game that you can't see in practice. But that game speed comes up and you're like, okay, I got this. And like I said, Tua played one series. If that series was terrible, they probably would have threw him out for another one.
Agreed.
They went down the field. He was very accurate. All the plays, the timing was great. He got rid of the ball quickly. So you're like, okay, Tua's there. Like every quarterback has to at least experience that. Because the speed in the game, when guys, when guys get excited and that energy gets ramped up, is a lot different than you're gonna see in practice.
We'll take a break. Brian Flores, he addressed to his comments. A changed man? Back after this.
There used to be college.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, now Leroy's humming Reese's multiple languages.
Oh no, that's Leroy language. I don't know the words. I just put a little beat.
Blah 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 blah. I just want to get in on that.
Good. I'm glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you. Dolphins gonna hit the practice field with the Buccaneers today.
Somewhere Jennifer is shaking her head in disgust.
Why? Because we weren't like humming, Rockville. Here is Mike McDaniel. This was him earlier this morning on
Wait.
Things.
We got enough time?
Yeah. We're just starting the show, so we got a good 3 hours. I think we'll make it. Here is Mike McDaniel on where things stand with the cheetah, who was wearing a brace on his hand, but says not to be overly concerned. McCochin.
I kind of alluded to it with Jalen Waddle back at home, but there's certain situations where you're in training camp and you're practicing, and Tyreek could practice today. However, there's also times that because of the timing of where their bodies are at, kind of puts them at risk to get further injury. And so it's really from a medical standpoint, you're just trying to let something cool down so you don't have something happen at the expense of regular season games. So he's been very active, but we're trying to make sure we keep him out of harm's way.
There you go.
Would you like me to break that down for you?
Sure.
Tyreek has an injury where if it was an important game, he would play, but we don't want to put him out there and have it linger.
Right.
That's it.
He doesn't need practice. He's fine. We get it with him.
Are we being overcautious just because of how we end
Yes.
every season?
No. It has nothing to do with that. It's just certain teams and certain coaches are just overly cautious. And that's okay, right? Because you have to understand how this team is looking at all injuries, right? They're looking at it from this standpoint. I really need these guys ready when fall turns to winter. And so I don't want to start the season off with an injury that nags him the whole year to where it could get to the point where then he can't go.
Sure.
And so that's how they're kind of playing that with a lot of these injuries. And so,
I mean, look, he was even out there yesterday. He just wasn't catching, but he was working out with guys. Like you said last segment, I think Waddle's the one you're concerned about just because this is a little reminiscent of last year. And he admitted that, his body it took him a while to kind of even get into a comfort zone last year. So yeah, you're a little bit just keeping an eye on it.
Right.
We already know that the Odell thing is probably going to be slow rolled, and you just lost River Craycraft for a time being. So yeah, it's getting a little thin. A lot of reps for the
another news. As a comma, he's coming along. So you do have other options that have
yeah, but he's unproven in the regular season. He's maybe the greatest preseason receiver we've ever seen, but we really don't know what he can do in the regular season.
But again, what they see on a daily basis is what shows them that he is ready for that moment, right? the advancements that he's made in his skill and his abilities is what gives the coaches and the quarterback and the team comfort knowing that, he's ready for that spot now. So you do have options, is what I'm saying. So from that standpoint, there's been a few guys with all the guys that have been out that have kind of shown you something that where they might not be as good as the guys you would have in there, they've shown some promise in that they could hold the fort down until those guys get back.
Man, JFig said your humming was awful. Jeez. Harsh.
I thought awful was a bit much. I didn't think it was awful necessarily.
That's very very strong.
But you know what, Leroy? Don't get used to it. I'm done. The way you guys have been putting the hammer down on your boy because of these copyright rules.
We're not putting the hammer down. Google is.
No. You specifically have been chastising me. You called me a bum.
Well, I mean, over the last couple of weeks, you've killed our podcast and have gotten our YouTube stream ripped off of every video platform known to man. I mean, other than that, happy birthday.
Appreciate it. Scheduled maintenance, by the way, on the whole podcast thing should be happening Thursday at 11 p.m.
Oh, fantastic.
Perfect, right?
Well, everybody look forward to your 3 weeks of podcast coming your way Friday.
But
for all our Spotify and Odyssey listeners.
You know what's even more amazing?
The
funny thing about corporations and businesses is somebody in the company will say, hey, Tobin Leroy's podcast numbers are down.
Yeah.
And you'll be like,
what is that? Oh, we only just took them off 2 of the biggest platforms for a month. It's all good.
Somebody it's amazing. And it's like that with all things. I remember I played a season limping the whole year because I hurt my leg in preseason. I had a partial tear. And instead of having surgery, I played through it. And you know what they did after the season was over? They didn't say, we appreciate you sucking it up and limping through the season. They go, you've lost a step. We need to redo your contract.
Are you accusing me, Marcos, of Brian Floresing you?
Yeah, well, imagine if you had a guy who just every day said you sucked at your job.
Frog boy! I
didn't know. The one thing I learned yesterday through all this, I heard Jeff Darlington say, I didn't know that Flores also sent berating texts. That is extra mean.
Wow.
He allegedly texted, don't blow this before one of the games.
Hey, listen, I know where he got it from.
What?
I'm tell you a story.
Oh.
The stakes were much higher. We were playing against Bill Parcells in a playoff game in Cleveland Stadium.
Revenge game.
New England. So you're playing New England? Okay.
We get down to about the 15-yard line. It is second or third down, timeout. Right? Me, Vinny Testaverde, and Eric Metcalf come to the sideline. Bill's explaining what he wants to do. I think it was only second down. Right? He says, here's what we want to do. We want to get, if we can't get it all, let's just get us, to third and short, which would have been like a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. We go to run on the field, and Bill yells, Vinny, don't F it up like you did against Pittsburgh. and me and Eric turned around and we're laughing, right? That because it doesn't affect us, right? And we ended up getting the first down, and then we scored on the next play. And I always remember that because, it's probably not the words I would have went with, right?
Not you got this.
At probably the most critical moment of the season in a playoff game, but it was received we all had the personalities that I think he knew he could do that. You know what I mean? He never really yelled. He never really. And the thing about Belichick is, you have never heard him call out a player in front of the media. He didn't do it,
Mhm.
and he didn't want anybody else on the team calling anybody out.
Yeah, well, neither. I mean, like, I don't really recall Brian Flores calling a lot of guys out in the media too. Like, he just kept repeating the ominous line of "Two is our quarterback, two is our quarterback, two is our quarterback."
But so when I hear that, I think of Bill Belichick. But here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that people miss with that. Bill would come to you and have a personal conversation about how you wanted to do things and how you feel about this one and so forth and so on. So when he said that, it didn't come from a place of degradation or anger, or you knew that that was just how he did things. He wasn't coming, trying to minimize or belittle you. I think when coaches leave that environment, they miss the most important aspect of that. That in order to talk to somebody like that, you have to have that kind of relationship.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, for example, if somebody were to first listen to our show, they think none of us like each other. But they don't realize we hang out, we do stuff together. No, that's just, it's nobody
on tours together.
Right. So, like, and so I think that's the part that is missed, is the relationship that he had with every player. And so when Flores got here and started doing some of those things, I think he missed the part of, before you go there with Tua, y'all need to make sure y'all relationship is well enough to go there. Otherwise, he's going to take it personal.
Stun Steve
and that's
says,
kind of what happened.
Stun Steve says, I thought you were going to say that Belichick was going to say, Horde, don't fumble it at the goal line.
You know what?
Oof.
So when Bill first took over, the new coach of the Cleveland Browns, Bill Belichick, he called in me and Eric Metcalf, right? And he sat us down and he said, I want to do a lot of things with you guys. I like what you do. He said, Eric, you led the league in fumbles per touch. And, me and Eric are boys. So I looked over at him and I started smiling. He goes, shut up, Howard. You were second.
Still, though, no cold calls before the game in the hotel room that said, hey, don't blow this.
No.
No.
But
Don't lose.
But in fairness to him, he would come. What's up, coach? He say, now, you fumbled last week. So they're gonna try to rip the ball out. So just, be careful. He would say something like that. So he was always aware of all the stuff. But yeah, man, I just think one of the things that Mike McDaniel did first, before he taught one play, one scheme, one anything, is he built the relationships of the players on the team.
For sure.
Before anything happened, before football took place. And I think that's the part of it that this team and these guys and people that come here appreciate.
We'll take a quick break. We'll hear a little bit from Flo. He addressed the media yesterday about the Tua situation. Back with more for this.
The Miami question for me is, which I think they're going to find out if people are honest in the interview, right? Like a lot of people are never honest in the interview. They tell the owners what they want to hear. They tell the GMs what they want to hear. But if you're really honest, are you going to sit there and say, I can build a team around Tua? Because that's what Ross wants to hear. That's what Brian Flores wouldn't say. I mean, we've seen all the conversations that Flores basically had with Tua, where Flores told Tua at halftime of the Tennessee game. This has all been reported. I mean, look, I don't think Flores was shy about telling him, hey, I should have picked Mac Jones. I mean, I don't think he was shy on that. In fact, I know that he was.
I've said that multiple times. I don't know if I can be more clear. I mean, I don't know how many times you want to say it. I don't know how much more clear I can be here. Who's a starter? I need to say it again.
I don't base my emotions off of who says anything about me or who's saying what. I mean, all I can do is my job and do it to the best of my capability. So everything else, I mean, it's out of my control, but I have the utmost confidence, and trust that, I am the quarterback of this team. F off.
Wow. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Just laughing hilariously because as I read this, I was reading this tweet from Florio, who's lashing out at Dolphins reporters because his tweet is, the biggest story of the week so far came from Tua's comments about former Dolphins coach Brian Flores. When current Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel met with reporters Wednesday morning, he wasn't asked a single question about it. And everybody's like, he was asked a day ago, dumb. It was somebody didn't tune in and do their homework, Florio.
He did not do the research.
He did not do the research, Florio?
Crazy. Dude.
He was literally asked about it the morning the comments came out. Florio's, can I just tell you something about Florio?
Yeah, tell me something about him.
Always sticking his beak in the Dolphins business, dude. And when it's not any business to be had, he just makes up Dolphins business. He just makes it up, dude. You want to know something? Remember this whole cheat motion thing? He's like, even the officials came out to Dolphins reporters and said there's no change in the rules. Nothing has changed. Nothing. But this Florio is always like a damn pelican sticking his fat beak in the Dolphins business. And it's time for him to shut the hell up because he calls his website Pro Football Talk, but doesn't act like a real professional. He acts like a carnival barker, right? A propagandist. That's what the pro should stand for. Yeah. Propaganda football talk. You just say what you want, Florio. Hey, jackass. All transcripts are available. Why don't you look up the day beforehand when the news came out? He wasn't asked about it. Actually, he was. Mike. Hey, Mike. Why don't you do your research, jackass? Yeah. You and your little carnival friend there, Chris Sims, the guy who runs the dunk tank, who we all want to throw snowballs at and make fall. Why don't you go out there and you guys have your little podcast? Tua's good. Tua's not good. Tua, was he treated too hard? Dolphins. Because that's all you guys are obsessed with. Wow. Ridiculous. Idiot.
Stay hydrated, champ.
Got to. The greatest line of Floyd Mayweather's career. Got to get water when you're in Miami.
Stay hydrated.
Like, what? What does that mean?
He's just supporting you, dog.
Anyway, Brian Flores, he addressed the comments yesterday because he hadn't addressed the comments yet. I will say it lined up good because coordinators don't talk all the time. And so he had said, he's like, I haven't talked to you guys in like 3 weeks. Lined up swimmingly. He got there, and 2 of his players were standing up there to support him. Yeah, we got you, Flo. So which is nice. Yeah. But Brian Flores, this was him addressing the comments that Tua made on the Dan Le Batard Show. And Flo, says he wishes Tua success now. Here was him addressing the comments that Tua made on Le Batard.
That said, I think there's some other questions that or some other things that you guys want to talk about, so I'll address those too. Specific to the comments that were made by Tua, I just want to say, look, I'm I'm happy, genuinely happy, genuinely happy for the success that Tua's had, and I really wish him nothing but the best. And
damage is done.
I think player relationships are very important to me. I think that's kind of the foundation of coaching. I mean, I got into coaching because I was impacted as a young guy by my high school coaches, my college coaches, going all the way to Pop Warner. I got into coaching because I want to make that same kind of impact, positive impact, pour into young people, help them become, as KO says all the time, the best versions of themselves. And that's really my goal always in coaching. So I wish nothing but the best to Tua. Really more than anything, I'm just focused on the Vikings, the 2024 Vikings, the players we have. You saw a couple of guys up here, just a couple minutes ago, Metellus and HP. I think, their leadership, their friendship is important to me, and I'm just, I'm excited about this group.
That's not the comment I heard.
Oh, we got more.
Here's the deal. I get him saying that now. But don't you have to acknowledge that the reason why he might not have been successful was because of you? Right?
Yeah.
Say that after the fact when you're no longer and here's, when people say actions speak louder than words. If you would have felt that way while you were here, you'd probably still be the coach.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that now, 3 years removed from it, is like, I'm not going to say that he's not being sincere, because I do believe that people can sometimes acknowledge the error of their ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
But by us hearing that first, with what we have in our mind of what happened, doesn't come across that way.
Yeah, I don't think it comes across as very sincere. I think that it was pretty obvious that the guy was rats off a ship on him when he was here. And by the way, I think this is an important thing to say. The Dolphins organization gets some blame in that too. Like
they didn't give him much support either.
They did not give him much support. The ownership didn't give him much support. Chris Greer didn't give him much support. A lot of them left the poor kid out to dry.
But do you think that a lot of that came because they entrusted Brian Flores with that determination? You understand what I'm saying? Like what Flores was doing here was really good as far as turning the team around.
Yep.
So when he was saying stuff like that, you think maybe they were just kind of, because he was having success, kind of looking at it and saying, well, he must know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I think that Stephen Ross, we've seen Stephen Ross be influenced by a lot of the guys who have had parts of the organization.
And so
when they've had a little bit of success.
My thing is that because he was saying it, it kind of progressed through the organization or up the organization so that others started believing that too. And if you don't like somebody, right? If he didn't like Tua, then he could go to Tua and go to management and say he can't do this or he can't do that or he can't do this, right? Instead of, oh no, like this is what he can do and these are the things he can do really well. So that whole attitude kind of went up the chain. You see what I mean? Because
look, that's what I'm saying though. Like the organization was openly flirting with getting another quarterback, and we're following his lead because look, that's what Stephen Ross does. If his head coach doesn't believe in the quarterback, he's like, all right, what's the other direction that we could go in? Now, once the whole Deshaun Watson thing blew out and more bridges were burned with him, and it did get super frosty with coaches and with Chris Greer and a guy in Chris Greer who he's been with a lot longer. Yeah, it felt like Stephen Ross took a side and then they were done with Brian Flores. But there was a time where they were harboring.
It seemed like everybody
it too.
Everybody felt the same way about Tua that Brian Flores did. Now
they just weren't as they maybe just not like were as
I lived through
crushing about it.
I lived through this. Bernie was our quarterback. Bill came in. He liked Vinny. And he had to go to ownership and management and say why Vinny would be a better fit. Because everybody loved Bernie. It wasn't necessarily a situation where, Flores had been here a long time. So it's a little different. But everybody in Cleveland, including the ownership, the owner, the GM, everybody loved Bernie Kosar.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill came in and he wanted to go with somebody who had a stronger arm, was, a little more stout, and he wanted Vinny. And they made that move.
Here's a little bit more flow. He was asked how it felt when Tua referred to him as a terrible person.
The words you used were terrible person. I'm just curious how that hit you when you saw it.
Look, I'm human, so that hit me in a way that wasn't. I wouldn't say it was positive for me.
Positive. Now you want to talk about positive?
I've got to use that and say, hey, how can I grow from that? How can I be better? And that's really where I'm at from that standpoint. Do I feel like that's me? No. But how can I grow from that situation and create a world where that's not the case that anyone says that about Brian Flores?
I got a couple of ideas.
I got a couple of ideas that if you have a problem with something being hurtful, try not doing it.
Also, never hire Chan Gailey.
Yeah, what is it? What even? I'm flabbergasted at the first words out of his mouth, as if Tua couldn't feel the same way he was with the things he was saying to Tua. Right? He basically explained Tua's feelings in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Right?
How did that feel? Not great. Not positive. It didn't let me positive.
Right.
Oh, no.
It wasn't very positive. Like, what?
Was it
kind of like stuff you were saying to Tua?
Kind of like when you called him a bum?
Oh, my goodness. And Tua didn't text you and say you're a terrible person. Wow. Like.
And you want to know something? I really feel this way, Leroy. I bet you, because Tua is such a nice guy, whenever he speaks to the media, which I think will be today, probably, because he speaks once a week, I bet you he even walks that back a little bit, because he's just such a nice guy. I bet you he walks that back a little bit.
But but it's.
But how about like even Flores yesterday was like,
hey, the first words out of your mouth when explaining what Tua said cannot be the explanation that Tua was saying about what you said.
It'd be
right?
like
It was hurtful. It wasn't very positive, and I'm like, what? How about being more aware?
Yeah, that didn't. I don't know. I didn't feel like he says he's changed. I'm sure he's learned some things, but
that being said, all of this being said, we're having some fun with it or whatever. Here's the thing that gets lost in all of this. Brian Flores is an excellent football coach. Okay? He understands where he went sideways. And so I do believe that he will learn from it, just as many other coaches have learned from going in with, trying to swing a big stick right away.
It's good. It is going to be interesting, though, because now this is kind of on the future of Tua, right? Because if Tua does become a big-time winning quarterback, if he does lead the Dolphins to the promised land, that's going to be something that follows him his entire career. Sure. So when he says, like, oh, I wish Tua nothing but success, I'm like, selfishly, I wouldn't if I was in his position. Like, if I had that kind of a break from a guy, And
Yeah,
you're like,
but wait, you're saying that, but you do understand that if you were saying that, you're the cause of it.
oh, well, yeah, but that damage is done already. That's
Yeah,
why.
so now you
That's
would
why
have,
you
now
gotta hope he
You
fails.
would be petty against the player.
Yeah, of course.
Why?
You need him to fail.
Even if you were wrong?
Oh yeah. By any means.
Hey, that I got to tell you, I've known you a long time.
Yeah.
That's
It's not very becoming. I understand.
You're not, but and this goes back to a lot of discussions that we have when you're wrong and you try to wiggle out of it.
I'm not wiggling out of anything.
No, you're not. You say you stay strong with this one.
I
mean, but here, has Tua already proved that Flores was wrong?
Well,
because the guy that he called the bum led the league in passing.
I mean, he's right because his bank account's going to be very fat for the rest of his life, but I would say not yet.
Not yet. Why?
Got to beat Flores.
Wait, the whole point of this whole 2 years, the first 2 years of Tua's career, was that Tua could never.
I'll explain why he hasn't done it yet. I'll explain why.
You can't make it about and look, I get.
I will
the playoff thing and whatever, but
I'll explain it. But we got to take a break. Our Tua is coming on up. Back after this.
Not to the level of
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let's get the headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Dolphins are in Tampa practicing as we speak. A joint practice. They joined forces to practice. Tua out there slinging that pigskin. According to David Furones, beautiful touch on a wheel route to Devon A. Chan.
Daddy loves you guys.
Better not be out there with no linebacker.
Man, what a time. Football.
No kerfuffles.
No kerfuffles that I see as of far.
All right. All right.
No kerfuffles. He was picked off at one point.
Good. I like picks in practice and in you know why? Because you got to know your limits. You got to know what you can and can't do.
It looks like Jalen Waddle. I don't know if he's going to do team stuff, but he is dressed for practice. So that's good news. I don't see any tweets about him doing stuff. But
next Tuesday, right?
Next Tuesday's cut day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, dude. Let me tell you. When you have a room full of people,
yep,
and then on Wednesday practice, you have like 5 guys in your room, you know what you start thinking? Who gonna get all these reps?
They gotta load up that practice squad.
Oh my goodness. No, they can't do it yet.
Why not?
You don't do it right away.
You don't? I think you do.
No, you don't, because they got to clear everybody that you cut. Got to clear waivers. Then you sign the practice squad.
So you gotta
like 2 days.
No reps.
You got like 2 days of you got to run a scout team, and it's like. Oh,
so Storm Duck gets to walk up to Jalen Ramsey and he goes, "My vet day now."
You think he might make the regular roster.
He's been great. He's been great. He had the quote of the he had maybe my favorite quote of camp. Storm Duck. I'm learning, some things about Storm. And this is a man deep in thought, Storm Duck, because he was explaining how he's keeping himself calm with all the pressure that's going on for an undrafted rookie.
I take a lot of time just reading books. I read a lot, and it like you learn to appreciate what's around you. Just as you could see like a squirrel going up the tree, you walk right by it, not even see it. Just like little things around you keeps you in the moment. So that's what I really, really learned, and it's hard to put into words. Not too. I mean, it's human nature. It's kind of hard not to think ahead for sure, but that's definitely helped me. Keep me where my feet are. Not putting pressure on myself. Just having fun with everything.
Peaceful squirrel.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Someone with the last name Duck, in touch with nature, makes sense.
Exactly, dude.
Leroy, you just read and
Leroy,
see.
Are you okay?
You think about Ricky.
Are you bleeping kidding me? Like, this dude is getting ready to play NFL football, and he talk about noticing the little things like squirrels.
Yeah.
What are he gonna do when he go to South Beach? He gonna say, "I went to South Beach. There's squirrels all over the place. Squirrels everywhere." dropping it like it's hot. I noticed all the squirrels. What the hell is he talking about? Hey, you know what? Here's what's funny. If you ask that question and he started talking about a squirrel going up a tree, see, I couldn't be a reporter. Because I'd be like, squirrels going up a tree.
Tell me more, Storm.
No. First of all, I'm calling you Storm Duck. Right? Already, I'm trying to hold it. Right? And then you say, you got to notice the little things. You know, like squirrels going up a tree.
They got some fat.
You walk by. I say, no, dude, because down here, that's an iguana.
I'll tell you what, though. They got some fat-ass squirrels at the Dolphins facility because they're getting all the concession leftovers. Squirrels munching on popcorn.
They can just go across the street.
Storm!
Right there.
Storm! Come on, we got coverage here. Cheetah! Look, guys, a woodland creature.
Oh, my goodness.
We got Pedro Serrano as the cornerback for the Dolphins.
Right. Dude, come on. Like,
he's got an owl on his arm. Wow. It's beautiful.
Look at me see you just walk into the locker room with a bald eagle with the just like, guys, I just found him.
Take a lot of time just reading books. I read a lot, and it like you learn to appreciate what's around you. Just as you could see like a squirrel going up the tree, you walk right by and not even see it. Just like little things around you.
What? This is great.
Dude. Like,
he's woke.
You know what? Here's when you know your team is on the same page. When all the players start sounding like Mike McDaniel. Right?
Yeah, in the pre-interview though, Mike's like, I like this guy.
Yeah.
Deep.
Classic.
What would Socrates say to that?
Notice the little things, Mike. He would say, notice the little things.
I mean, you noticed a squirrel one time. You kept it as a pet.
I did. Listen.
It's true.
Yep.
Maybe it's a football thing.
The squirrel was in the pool. I took him and put him in the box because I thought he was dead.
Wow.
Then he started breathing. Now I'm stuck with a squirrel in a box. And now, for some reason, I have a daughter that thinks, she can build a zoo. And she said, can we keep him?
Got to notice the little things, dude.
I guess.
Got to.
It's also she's also the same person that if she gets in the pool, I have to go and check the pool for spiders.
Well, spiders are gross. Objectively.
Listen, I got to tell you, spiders don't bother me.
Strange.
But some of the other stuff, yeah. Snakes, I'll fight everybody in South Florida before I play with a garden snake. Especially thanks to Tobin. Oh, that thing's poisonous. Like I call him because he's supposed to be like an animal guy.
I got the app for that now, though. I got the app for that.
My animal guy, right? My animal guy, I send him a picture. Tobin, what's this? Ooh, that's poisonous.
That's better safe than sorry.
Red touches yellow, you're a dead fellow, or something like that.
No, dude. He was kind of like, it was dark, but he was striped.
Yeah.
And then I did what all other men would do. Told my wife, I told you not to leave that thing on the ground. There's something gonna crawl up in there. Go get it.
Tell you what else you don't want to leave that thing on the ground. In the bedroom.
Whoa!
You want that thing to rise up? Whoop.
If that thing on the ground, I'm gonna just be staring at it.
If you need a little something extra to impress that special someone, a little extra confidence, you try Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. So now you can chew it and do it. We got mint flavors. So the thing that's great about Blue Chew, look, this is a thing for you. You don't got to go to the doctor's office. You don't got to have any awkward conversations. You don't got to go to the pharmacy, wait in line. It's delivered right to your door in a discreet package, all right there for you. Super convenient. And I got a special deal for our listeners out there who are intrigued and just want to try Blue Chew. You can try Blue Chew for free when you use the promo code SHOWPONY. Thank you, Mike. Use that promo code SHOWPONY at checkout. You're paying just $5 for shipping, but you're getting your first month of Blue Chew for free. Go to BlueChew.com today. Use the promo code SHOWPONY, and you're getting your first month of Blue Chew absolutely free. It's BlueChew.com, BlueChew.com. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Get to a training camp report brought to you by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Are you ready to level up your career game? MDCPS Technical Colleges have got you covered. Choose from tons of programs, learn from top-notch certified instructors, and get real-world experience. And the best part, you can graduate debt-free in just 1 to 2 years. You ready to make the move? Log on to careerinayear.com or call 305-558-8000. MDCPS Technical Colleges, your best choice for a brighter future. Dolphins today. Technically, he's like the last training camp practice because
when they come back, they're free.
Yeah. Cut down day is after this preseason game on Friday, 7:30.
What'd they have? 2 weeks?
2 weeks before the season starts?
No, 2 weeks. Now, some camps you do from home. So did they stay at home or did they stay in a hotel during camp?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. We're gonna have to ask Storm Duck.
Cause I remember that as soon as you stayed at home, that's when camp was over.
I think this is I know this is the last camp that's open to the media. So this is the last one where like everybody can watch. And
so then they'll go specific. Now, usually the last game, they'll do some game planning.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of game planning. I don't know how that is when you practice against the team. And then you have the final cuts. So when they get, I'm guessing on Tuesday, so they'll practice how do they do it? They'll practice Monday, have Tuesday off.
To cut everybody.
Yeah. That would suck to have to practice and then, you know what I mean?
Dade South says they're all staying at the Stadium Hotel at the Expressway. Something tells me they're not.
No way.
Something tells me they're not staying at former El Palacio.
Jeez.
I don't think
former Holiday Inn.
Right. I don't think that's the case. But Tyreek Hill, he is wearing a brace, and Mike McDaniel today asked about that situation and how it came to be.
Fill us in on everything you can about Tyreek Hill's apparent hand, wrist, thumb, something injury.
Yeah, I'm really good at thumb war. He lost.
Well, give him credit. It was a quick answer.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. When I pull the old index rope-a-dope on a thumb war, man, my son gets mad. Classic. Nothing will get my kid more furious than cheating at a thumb war.
I can't do thumb wars.
What? Not anymore? What about the new one?
I got a rod.
It's not so no adjustability.
It doesn't move.
Seems like that's performance enhancing.
Think about this. I'm gonna show you the thumb.
Thumbs on blue chip.
Yep.
90% of your movement comes from here.
Okay.
Most people think it comes from here.
Oh, yeah.
So when you fuse this part of it, you still get most of the movement of your thumb. But
not enough to like
if I go hit golf balls,
mm-hmm.
I can't hit on the mats because the bounce of the carpet
that messes you up too much.
Oh my God, it hurts so bad.
But you can hit it off the rubber tee off the mat.
Yeah, I can do that. Because the ground gives a little bit more. So if I hit it, but yeah. So that's but no, I try not just because it feels good. And guess what? I got to get the other one done.
No.
I'll never forget the day that you said, I think I'm going to do them both.
I'm going to do both, dude.
Hell to the no.
Is the other one just is Big Spoon bullying you into doing it? Does it hurt
now
again?
I just start like it's getting worse and it's hard to like grab stuff to use it. So I'm gonna wait. I wait until the last possible minute because I know what I went through with the other one. Right. So yeah. But Like, yeah, man. Like, think about it. But here's why I'm not going to even say it.
Why not?
Here's why I've been reluctant to get the other thumb done. That's my wiper.
Okay.
I've never gone left. Like,
it's a big concern,
dude.
That's no joke.
Hey. You want to talk about noticing squirrels going up trees? Think about things you take for granted, right?
Too filthy.
Most people I know are not ambidextrous wipers.
It's a big word for me, dog.
You're gonna need to install one of those temp bidets.
I was gonna
You
say,
can't wash it away.
You gotta try. I mean, you're just gonna trust. You're gonna trust your left hand.
I got no choice.
I think a combination of the two, left hand and a bidet, you should be good at home. On the road,
yeah.
Road game's gonna be
you don't
tough.
have to worry. You don't have to worry about me on the road, brother. Could you imagine if I had to go and I had to situate myself to go left, and all you can hear in the stall is just like me trying to brace myself.
It's like, who's more nervous, Tua in 50-degree weather or Leroy Hort on a road toilet?
Me on a road toilet. Let me tell you something. Hey, dude, no. I don't even understand how people could go at stadiums. Like, I don't even look. You want to put me on a diet, right? Take me to games. I'm very limited in what I would eat.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Nick T says you can get one of those grabber sticks like the fat people you shame, Leroy.
Hey, but here's the deal. All that can't fit in a bowl. Like, what are you doing?
Wow. All right. Take a break.
Saying, I was going to say, call in Big Spoon for the bullpen. I think, check this out. Hey, everybody got their limits. And I know her well enough, right? That she'll give me the look and just walk out of the room. Like, she won't even respond.
We'll take a break. Mix things up coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Happy Wednesday to everybody out there. We got Rats Off a Ship coming up in just about an hour's time.
I'll tell you what I'm not rats off a ship on.
Risotto? What we got there?
Custard.
What?
Yeah.
Custard?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Like frozen custard or just custard?
Frozen custard. Come on. Old people eat regular custard.
Yeah, I mean, at first though, that's what you said.
Right next to tapioca.
So you're talking about, like, Menchie's right now, man.
Huh?
You're talking about like Menchie's kind of frozen custard kind of vibe.
Turtle cheesecake.
Ooh, I gotta tell you, you have me intrigued.
Yeah.
It was 11:42 a.m. Leroy, is it custard?
Listen, wait.
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you.
Okay.
If you get up at 5 o'clock and you have breakfast at 5:30,
yeah,
then what time is lunch? Do I have to wait till 12?
Well, custard's not really lunch.
I mean, if I fell asleep at 9 p.m. the previous day, super tired, I can't wake up at 9 a.m. and be like, it's been 12 hours, strip club should be open.
I can tell you a pint of custard. You're going nappy poos at 3 p.m.
No, I'm just topping it off.
Nappy poo.
It only had like this much left.
As soon as school pickup comes back, you're going.
See, here's the cool thing. Rebecca doesn't get off school till like 4:15, 4:30.
Oh,
that's late.
Yeah. But she starts at 9:40.
Let's mix it up, dude. What do we got here today? Marcos in the mixed bag. The mixed bag is brought to you by Broward Health. Well into Frog Boy's future.
Yes, indeed. I think we have done it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have finally found the perfect collaboration in regards to advertising. I know this is something that Leroy is going to love.
Blue Chew and Tobin?
Almost as good as Blue Chew and Tobin, actually. This is now second place, now that you reminded me of that. Leroy is on the hunt for these every year after Easter. And the WNBA was on the hunt for ways to make more money. Angel Reese has combined her forces with another powerhouse in Reese's.
Wow.
Yes.
That's good.
Wow.
It's a good collab. Angel Reese's. The brand has teamed up. They have
perfect
collection of jerseys, outerwear, t-shirts, crop tops, all that stuff, hoodies.
That's perfect.
That's a good collab.
That's a good collab. You got, listen, she's the double queen. You got 2 cups in the package of Reese's. That's perfect.
My favorite part, you see the A as a halo. It's also a Reese's cup.
Love it.
That's pretty good.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
man, so that's like, what do you think she gets though? Like, so like in the sponsorship, do you think they just send her all the Reese's, or do you think she gets like a gift card for free Reese's?
No.
How does this work?
I'm gonna tell you how it works. If you want some, you just call them and they'll send you some.
Wow, that's good.
I did one with who do we do one with? McDonald's in Cleveland, and they gave us a card.
That's cool.
And you could just get it. There was no limit.
Wow.
Yeah, you just go. But I mean, I didn't really eat at McDonald's. So
imagine if you gave that to like Ocho Cinco though.
Yeah.
He loves McDonald's.
We did. I did one. You ready for this? I did a big thing. After I went to the Pro Bowl, and they paid me money, and they gave me a case of Louis XIII.
Ooh,
6 bottles.
Wow.
And I gave them all away because I didn't drink that crap.
Was it after the 13 finals? I remember the viral video of Shane Battier getting sent pallets of Bud Light because he was talking about how much Bud Light he was going to drink to celebrate the season finally being over.
That's how they do it. That's how
they
do
sent
it.
him an insane amount of Bud Light.
So if you know, like, if you want something and you get a platform, give them a shout out.
Yeah, my favorite of all time was Andy Ruiz after knocking out Anthony Joshua. Got a huge deal with Snickers.
Well, I mean, listen.
Perfect.
See, Snickers is dumb. Snickers is dumb. Because Andrew Reese was going to eat that anyway. But I tell you what, for a big dude, he had the quickest feet. When you see his foot workouts, I'm like, wow.
Has he done anything since that fight, though? Like, I feel like I'm here.
Not really.
Is he the second coming of Buster Douglas?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. To be honest with you, a little bit. He lost his. Well, they fought to a draw. I thought that he lost the fight, but he had a couple of tough ones. He hasn't fought much.
Huh.
This was the Shane Battier getting sent all the Bud Light.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, that's
First of all, he's a highfalutin, right? he's a wait, no. Shane Battier, a Dookie, is a highfalutin, right? There's no secret.
That's
he
true.
He's considered smart and all this. Why are you drinking on Bud Light?
He's a simple man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. My mother-in-law's brother, when they come in town before they go on the cruise, they come down and they stay here for like 3 days, right? Here's what his orders are. In the little fridge in your kitchen, get a 48-pack of Bud Light. He said, he said, from the second I get there to the second I leave, I'll have a Bud Light in my hand, but I'll never be drunk.
Oh, it's like water.
And he's the only one that drank it. And when he left to go on the cruise, there was 2 left.
Amazing.
Right? He wasn't lying.
Like, then what? If it tastes like water, you're not doing it for the taste. It doesn't get you drunk. So
I think a really cold Bud Light, or
can I just tell you, I was at a golf tournament and they had coolers all over they had actually refrigerators filled with, and I guess Bud Light was a sponsor of the tournament I was playing in.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Bud Light Lime, right? But wait, and I don't drink beer, but it was so hot. And I drank one of those Bud Light Limes, and I'm like, it's so cold and refreshing. I drank like 4 or 5 of them.
They are refreshing. Those light beers are refreshing. Even like a Michelob Ultra or any of those things.
And guess what?
You need a lot of them.
And can I just say this? I must have been really thirsty because I tried that nonsense, and it was. Now I tell you what, that raspberry cider, boys,
good, right?
Now you only had the strawberry.
I know.
I brought you the strawberry. You got to get the 12-pack with the different flavors, and that raspberry and that pineapple, because we like flavor. Right? You can't look. We not just gonna drink Crown. We're gonna drink Apple Crown. I'm just saying.
Not if you go to Herbs and Rhymes.
Oh yeah.
Oh hey, somebody. I almost got into it at Herbs and Rhymes, my favorite restaurant. Right?
He was not having. They fired that guy, thankfully.
I had to. He say, wait. I said, hey, you got any Apple Crown? We don't have flavored whiskey here. I'm like, hey man.
What else you got in the mixed bag, Marcos?
There is some controversy that has been brewing in regards to the 2028 Olympics.
Okay.
One of the new sports being added is flag football.
Oh, that's official?
I believe so. I could be wrong. I didn't do the research, but I did do the research on one of the best footballers within that league who has been talking that talk as of recent. 35-year-old righty QB Daryl Hausch Doucette.
Okay.
Talking junk about the NFL players who think that they can make it in the league. He finds it disrespectful that NFL players think that they can just go for gold on their own. So much so, he thinks that he has a better chance of leading this team to victory than none other than Patrick Mahomes.
Of course, we're not hiding from the competition. I'm not hiding from the competition, and none of my teammates nor anybody else in the flag football world are hiding from the competition. I've played against current players. I played against retired players. Whatever it takes. They put their pants on. They tie their shoes the same way I do mine. At the end of the day, we are all men. So we welcome competition. But I'm not necessarily speaking about myself being the quarterback or trying to compete against Patrick Mahomes or anything like that. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm better than Patrick Mahomes because of my IQ of the game. I know he's right now the best in the league. I know he's more accurate. I know he has all these intangibles. But when it comes to flag football, I feel like I know more than him.
He's from New Orleans. No, where's he from?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll find out right now.
I don't know. So he is basically, let me just get this. So he's basically like Jimmer Fredette for flag football. Like he thinks,
huh?
He's from New Orleans.
Yeah, I know. I know. I heard him talk. No. Just not
The
what
accent.
he was saying, but the accent.
Yeah.
So
Too much, man.
first of all, nobody chooses flag football as a life choice. It just happens.
Does he have any pro experience, Marcos?
No,
he does not.
You ain't never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Well, I don't know. XFL, anything?
Listen,
I don't see it as of right now.
you know how hard it is to tackle Tyreek Hill? How the hell you gonna grab a flag? So yeah, you put your pants on just like Patrick Mahomes and just like Tyreek Hill. Okay, but theirs are more expensive. There's certain things in life where you just don't go there, right? It's for the same reason why one of the Paul brothers won't fight a real boxer, right? There's a difference. There's a difference.
I just saw, by the way.
There's none of these guys you see in the NFL. In fact, I'll take it one step further. I'll take and make a team of everybody who gets cut on Tuesday and beat them.
Probably.
And it won't even be close.
How much is flag football 5-on-5 like it is for the Tyreek Hill League? Like, is that what it is?
I don't
Or is
know.
that-
I know they do 7-on-7 sometimes, but sometimes they have like a weird center who like kind of snaps but doesn't snap. It's let's find out.
Oh my god, I can't. Like that was.
And I just
that was my one diva dad moment last year for flag football. Was
Yeah.
because the guy thought that shotgun snaps were required of the flag football. I said, "Hey, you know they're 7 and they can just go under center."
You should have said, "We got a grown ass man with the Dolphins. He has problems with it. What's the chance of a 7-year-old getting it right every time?"
Just the drives kept dying. I'm like, and they won't let the parents on the field. So I just want to be like, he doesn't need to do that.
That's not.
We got a 7-year-old doing shotgun snap, and you yell at Eichenberg every week. The guy who's actually getting paid to shotgun snap.
There's so many weird rules.
You know what? It's really weird how sometimes people just don't get it. They don't understand the difficulty of what they're trying to get people to do.
I know. Well, look, I have a lot of sympathy for it because, like, I haven't coached yet. My son really wants me to.
What?
He really wants me to coach.
Yeah.
Coach Tobes may be a thing coming in January. He really wants me to.
Tobes.
Bootleg scoop boogie.
Yeah.
Tobes.
No, Tobes will do great in Kiwi football, dude.
What do you want me to say? I'm supposed to just. My son wants. First of all, they'll let anybody coach. If I like, they're like, please. They ask you literally every game. They're like,
you can't do it. You'll be busy.
I know during football season I can't do it, but in the spring season,
kid, no. I know you well enough. You're gonna get frustrated. Don't. You're gonna piss Tommy off.
I don't think I will. Dade South says Pond Madden.
You know what you say? You know what you can say to Tommy? You wanted this.
I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna text him before the game. Don't blow this.
Oh my goodness. Hey, no, you can't. Oh my goodness. No. This is here. This is ridiculous. Okay, this is really ridiculous because now, and let me explain to you from my standpoint.
Yep.
When we talk about guys in shorts and helmets who don't have to get hit and how great a plays they making because there's no contact. Now I'm gonna take those guys and put them on a field where they can't get hit.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't even need the good players.
If this guy took
Remember,
on,
Craycraft would score 30 times on them.
oh yeah, 100%.
Like,
Marcus,
who do you have at quarterback? Just pick a quarterback. Pick your worst quarterback.
we could have Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson would chew them up.
Yeah, for sure.
Marcos, give us one more for the mixed bag.
Okay, I got one more. It's become kind of lowbrow, I'm not going to lie to you, but involving my segments, we like to call this baseball fights. I'm gonna bring you one more baseball fight from most recent Padres game.
Oh no.
This man has a very interesting technique. Check out White Tank Top here, who seems to be moving and grooving.
Why is he bobbing and weaving from 3 levels up?
Bobbing and weaving, doing his thing, you see, and he's pretending to eat the punches, right? Problem is, not a lot of offense, as you can see, and eventually you can have a good defense, as we saw with the Miami Dolphins for countless decades. But eventually,
oh goodness,
in the fourth quarter, the defense wears down, and the better offense seems to have a victory there.
Oh, he's bloodied.
Oh, he is bloodied.
He is bloodied up.
He is bloodied indeed.
Here's the thing. You know what? Can we just pause for a second? Can you pause for a second?
He's like, baby, stop it. You get your
Mm-hmm.
ass kicked.
No. I got it, honey. I got it. I got it. She's got her Fernando Tatis Jr.
Wait, question. Why all of a sudden did he think that he was like a boxer?
Intangibles Muhammad Ali was trying this, like the rope-a-dope and hoping the guy was gonna just tire himself out.
Nah, that didn't, and he had the height, like he had not the like
he had the high ground.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand what it was, and then he's like, "Oh, I ate that. Come back." What is it? Does he think it's tough? I'm not sure exactly.
What maybe he's got brittle hands.
Ooh, but when he ate one of them fists and it was over.
Now you see all the people around him who are just putting their hand out.
You
like,
know what they're doing? They're doing this. He asked for it.
They're doing what Tobin would have done, as poor Gertrude was getting urinated on. It's like, hey, please stop, please.
I just feel bad because the girlfriend's really embarrassed, and she's like, "Hey,
she let him fight
really bad." Because you want to know something? A guy who fights at a baseball game, not the first time he's done this.
Yeah, for sure.
He's done it at a bar. He's probably done it at a restaurant. You know, because the people,
and I just say this: if you're
people
a
who
defensive fighter, you better make sure you got space to move. He's very limited. Once that guy figured out he can't back up no more because of the seats.
Well, I will say, once we see him start to throw some punches, I see why he wasn't throwing very many punches.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All defense, though.
No, babe, I got this. I work out at LA Fitness.
I got this, babe.
Not good.
She goes, "You don't got it. Your face looks like ketchup."
Now all of a sudden, no, this is what I love. He was out there like he Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, he was bobbing and weaving.
Oh my God. By the way, speaking of Floyd Mayweather, I don't know. Can I put a futures bet on a baby? Because Floyd Mayweather's grandson may be a top five. Yeah, he's a grandson. His grandson may be a top 5 pound for pound fighter on the planet already.
Okay, I've heard this before, not only because of Floyd Mayweather, but also, if I'm not mistaken, his father is a famous rapper who is very aggressive as well, known for fighting as well. And I believe his daughter, I think if I'm not mistaken, I've seen her also in a couple scraps. So you're right, dude. I don't know if we can get value.
This kid's incredible. Like, because he's done the thing where they shown the video of the kid shadow boxing. Like he's already taught the kid how to shadow box. But yesterday he had him on the heavy bag, and this kid's hands are like lightning.
Ooh, I gotta see.
He's not even potty trained.
Damn,
crazy. Take a break. Back with more after this.
Choice.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy back with you here. 560 WQAM, streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. The channel Miami 560 WQAM. We play Rats Off a Ship coming up later on this hour. Let's get to headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Dolphins have wrapped up their joint practice. This is from Barry Jackson and Omar Kelly from the Miami Herald on the players' participation today. It said Dolphins players who did not participate in Wednesday's drill on offense. Tyreek Hill did do some individual work as he's dealing with his thumb. Jalen Waddle was back at practice doing some individual work. Aaron Brewer, he was doing conditioning, still dealing with that hand injury. No River Craycraft dealing with a shoulder. Chris Brooks in concussion protocol. Braylon Sanders, lower body. On the defensive side, no team drills for Jalen Phillips. Linebacker Anthony Walker remains out. He hasn't practiced in like 3 weeks. Javon Holland, it says, has missed 2 straight weeks of practice, with the team downplaying the injury in terms of severity. And cornerback Cam Smith, who, of course, we know is dealing with the hammy. So there you go. Those are everybody. Jalen Ramsey also did not participate in 11-on-11 drills, but he was back at practice after being sidelined a little last week. So there you go. Those are the participations of everybody involved. Did you hear Jim Harbaugh, Leroy? He was excited because Justin Herbert is back at practice as quarterback. Here was Jim Harbaugh after Chargers practice.
Like the music should be playing. I thought I heard music. Voices of Angels, maybe. It felt great. It felt great.
How much of just a morale boost or excitement is that for the entire team?
I was excited. I think they would be excited too. I don't know if they heard the Angels sing like I did, but they might have.
Wow. He's something, man. He is something.
Big ball of fraudulent energy. We know what you did in Michigan, dude.
What?
We know what he did. Got out of there too. Smart. Real smart.
It was smart. You can't deny that it was smart. We call that the Pete Carroll.
He took, that exactly. That is the Pete Carroll right there. Cinch.
Yep, I told you.
Great job.
I told you that's like.
And he takes a job in LA of all places. Oh man, didn't go to the Commanders, didn't go to the Panthers. LA, of course.
Didn't he interview for the Vikings job like 2 years ago, didn't he?
No.
I thought he did.
It wasn't the Vikings.
They were saying that because we were secretly interviewing him, and they wanted to make it seem like it wasn't, wink. So, yeah, he interviewed with the Vikings and then went back and won a national championship because he cheated.
Really?
That's what happened, dude.
You guys gonna watch some college football this weekend? You got FSU's in action.
Wake
this weekend?
Yeah, they're playing. Who are they playing? They're playing Georgia Tech.
They're playing in Ireland.
I
hope they don't bring their antics over there.
Yeah, they're playing Georgia Tech noon on Saturday. Oh, really?
I hope they don't bring their antics.
I hope it's. Is it on ACC Network so we could have Irish potato peeler ads during the
early in
Ireland
the
game?
Morning?
The Irish potato peeler. Now back to Cairns, Virginia.
Right now it is 5:12 in Ireland, so they're 5 hours ahead. What time would they have to start? I guess
they're starting at noon.
So 7 o'clock here, or noon
5 o'clock there. Yeah,
5 o'clock there.
5 o'clock there.
Yeah, if they're ahead, that's fine, right? Yeah, I think it's if they're behind. I can't. The Olympics had me messed up with so many things starting at random times. I don't know what's a replay, what's real.
Well, yeah.
What's
that
time?
Well, first of all the Olympics were done during our show. By the time we got done, it was pretty much the nighttime there, because they're 6 hours ahead.
Is Ireland into college football? Like, I get when maybe the Fighting Irish go over there. I just find this to be very strange that we're sending Florida State and Georgia
Can I just
Tech.
say this? I think they send the Irish over there and they say, "Can we get somebody different?"
Oh, they sent Eichenberg again.
Well, according to your flag football coach, what Eichenberg does is real easy.
Apparently so.
Even a 7-year-old can do it.
We'll take a break here on the show, and we'll get back into it a little bit. We have not heard all of the gems from the Brian Flores press conference, and we'll see if Tua. I don't know if Tua is walking after practice. We'll see if he has any thoughts on the brouhaha, all the talk that has come from the electric Dan Le Batard interview that has caused waves around the nation.
Which is actually 2 months too late because he said all this stuff earlier. Like, why are we treating this like this is the first time and we have all heard it?
He probably should have just waited till like week 3. Nobody would have cared. And we're like, what? Football's happening. You just got it in the most dead part of camp. All the vampires like, yes, Tua, yes.
This will be like 2 weeks worth of stuff.
Take a break. Back after this.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler.
famous banana bread.
Seven.
Old Spice. Men have
So fresh and so clean.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Frog Boy, you feel older and wiser this week?
I do. I do feel older, wiser, handsomer. Someone said I look like George Clooney with all this gray hair. I think it was
Really? People
Yeah.
said that?
Leroy, I think, is the one who said that.
No, Leroy did not. You
did
know
you-
better than that.
I think he did.
What did you end up getting for your birthday this week? Did you get anything, or was it just attaboy?
I got I got one of these old fashioned attaboys. That is the only thing that I got this week, and that's the only thing I wanted. I found out. Do you guys know what an ick is? You guys know what an ick is?
Yeah, it's like a turnoff.
Correct. Turn off, pet peeve. Women have a lot of various icks when it comes to like men that they want to date. For example, that guy in the video previously we saw, JFig labeled that as a red flag if you fight at baseball games.
I would agree.
I have icks when it comes to friends or people who I seek out to be friends. And I found out because my birthday this weekend that I'm adding to the ick list. If you are a man, and this is just my opinion, and you say, I can't wait to get this for my birthday, or I'm going to wait till my birthday to buy this, that's an ick to me, dude.
That's an ick to you?
That is an ick. I can't be friends with a guy who's like, oh, I'm going to get this on my birthday. I can't wait till my birthday. Like, dude,
treat yourself. What's wrong with that?
No, why wait till your birthday? You're a grown man. Buy it now. Don't wait. If you're waiting for your birthday, or you're like, I can't wait for my birthday to get this. Grow up, dude.
Sounds like sounds like you're not the grown up. You're an impulse buyer.
Well, what I do is here's what I do. Here's what I do.
Yeah.
I make it easy for everybody. Right? Every Christmas, my wife gets me a new cologne. Right? Everybody else get me golf shirts. And my daughter does whatever she does.
All
right? And I'm good with that. Everybody know, hey, what you want? Give me a golf shirt. You know, you want to know what colors I like? You want to know what styles? Go look in my closet. Right? My wife gets me a couple of golf shirts. She gives me some new cologne. She goes to the store. She smells colognes. What would smell good on you? Okay, boom. That's it. I'm easy.
That makes sense. Like
for my birthday and Father's Day.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Oh.
As you get older, I don't want people inviting people over and celebrating when all I want is some peace and damn quiet.
Wow. All right.
Right?
Yeah.
That means no.
Peace.
Peace and quiet, dude. Give me that one day. Give me that one day.
You know who else has a lot of peace and quiet because they've grown a lot over the past years? Brian Flores, who says
hey, man,
he's grown a lot over the last few years.
Can I just say this? I don't question whether he's learned from this incident. Okay? But when he starts off by saying, I pride myself on the relationships I have with my players, or when he says, I got to tell you, it wasn't very positive, I'm like, that's why you're answering these questions. Because you weren't. Like this, am I the only one that notices this?
Oh no, it was very noticeable. It was very noticeable. And I do feel like, look, he, good on him saying that he's grown. Good on him saying that he's wished to a success. He was at one point asked, would you meet with Tua about this and talk it over? I'm like, damage is probably done on that. Yeah. Like, wouldn't you have done it already?
Yep. Absolutely.
Damage is done.
I would say this. If you really wanted to fix it, then you would have called Tua before all of this.
Of course.
And with that same text, with that same energy, you got his contact and say, look, dude, I'm human. I went about this the wrong way. And I want to apologize if I didn't, do it in a way that got the best out of you. Right? That wasn't my intent. My intent was to try to motivate you. I realized that didn't work with you. Right? And I think Tua would have been cool with it. And Tua would understand. Tua would have probably even brought it up. I had a conversation with Brian Flores. We good. But to sit here and basically accuse Tua of the same stuff you did to him for 2 years is hilarious.
Here's a little bit more of a flow saying that he's grown.
You see the relationship the way that he saw the relationship, did it resonate all with you, and you saw what it
I think, part of coaching is correcting. I'm always going to correct. I'm always going to have a high standard. And I think, look, I've done a lot of reflecting and, on this situation and, reflecting on the situation, communication. I think there's things that I could do better, for sure. And I've grown in that way. And I've tried to apply the things that I could do better and the things that I've learned, over the last, 2-3 years. But I would say over the long haul, I've had a lot of great relationships over my 21-year career here in the league.
That's like saying you got black friends, Flo.
Players, coaches, personnel, equipment.
I have people who like me.
Right.
People in the kitchen. I mean, really across the board. I've had a lot of great relationships. I'm going to continue to do that. But I'm also always looking to get better and involved. No different than as a coach, whether it's schematics or personnel or evaluations. I'm always looking to get better. I'm always looking for dialogue in meetings with coaches, with players. I don't care where a good idea comes from. You guys have heard me say that. And, I'm open to getting better. And that's always always my mindset.
You open now? You open now? Isn't he Mr. Takes No Talent?
He is Mr. Take No Talent. It takes no talent to be nice.
But like, are we?
I got people who like me.
Look,
Ralph in
you
the
know what
kitchen.
that's like saying? If I said, "Hey, Tobin, you're racist." No, I'm not. I got black friends. Right? That's the way he made it sound like. Like, forget what you did with Tua. I have a lot of good relationships too.
Well, he also said that
It's not his job, though. His job to have good relationships with everybody.
He said
Get the most out of everybody.
this was a weird part for me. He said that after this came out from Tua that he's received a lot of support, which I found an odd thing that needed to be disclosed from him.
Was it 167 million?
I-
Because I would say Tua got a boatload of.
Here is Flo saying, "I've received support."
I've gotten a lot of support from a lot of people, in this building and, other buildings as well. I was flooded with text messages yesterday. So that's nice, but at the same time, this is a team sport. I don't ever want it to be about anything that's, specific to me. So
I think it's funny is
Here's the deal. And I'm going to say this again and again and again. Brian Flores is a good football coach, and he will get another opportunity. I believe he'll get another opportunity if the guy that was doing cocaine off a desk can get another opportunity and still be one of the highest paid at his job.
there's those big grains falling.
So, but what I will say is this. Dude, stop trying to soften the blow, right? You handled the situation poorly. You've grown from it. We know. But that doesn't lessen what happened. And you saying, I've had a chance to recollect, and I have friends, I have other, good relationships, and no, because if you had a really good relationship, that somebody should have came up to you and say, Flo, you can't do this, dude, right? You can't do it, not with your quarterback.
Yeah, I think too. It's one of those things where this kind of goes back to he had a ton of fault in this for sure, but that's also one of those things where I wonder the Dolphins putting him in the position that they did to start his career, where it's like, hey, we're gonna lose all these games, and it almost being looked upon as a negative that he didn't finish the tank, that he won these 5 games to end the year, and then it kind of feels like your back is against the wall to start your career immediately, because they threw his record in his face once they fired him. And that's kind of boldly because his first year was to lose on purpose.
Absolutely. But that's, that goes to show that's what they do, man. It's when a guy plays hurt, right? And they say, oh, you had a bad year. Right? They're never understanding with that. Right? If a coach loses his job, and for example, if Saleh had lost his job at the end of last year, that would have been a terrible, wow.
That would have been cruel.
Right. But we've seen it happen.
It's one of these things though, look, get it. It's a juicy story. And whenever Tua does talk about it again, because he'll obviously be asked follow-ups about it.
Uh-huh.
But it is almost time to we got to turn the page on this stuff too, right?
Right.
And by the way, I mean this from the perspective of the Tua relationship with Mike too. We get it. They went through a lot. It was a great story. It's awesome to see that Tua came over this.
Everybody landed on their feet.
Let's go win some damn games.
Right.
Go win some important games. It's one of these things.
I wouldn't even thought about it until he responded.
Yeah, I get it.
Because again, when you wrong somebody and you explain it in a way to try to soften the blow or soften what you did, it doesn't make you sound genuine, Because guess what? If he would have said these words, I handled that situation poorly, and I have learned from it, and I will grow from it, and I will be better the next time I get the opportunity. If he had just said that, a lot of the other questions wouldn't have came. But the fact that he kept trying to throw something in there to soften the blow, right? When it's done, it's done.
We need to
If
focus.
you want to move forward, if you want everybody to focus on, then say, I didn't handle that situation correctly. I wish I could bring it back. I am human and I will learn from it. But yeah, I probably didn't. Instead, it's not going to go away when you say, yeah, I got to say those words weren't very positive, which is the whole reason why you're up there.
Well, we need to focus on the things that are at hand, like Storm Duck appreciating the squirrels.
That's good.
That's good. That's just happy.
Dude.
Take a lot of time just reading books. I read a lot, and it like you learn to appreciate what's around you. Just as you could see like a squirrel going up the tree, you walk right by and not even see it. Just like little things around you keeps you in the moment.
Now, question:
Keeps you in the moment.
If you see a squirrel going up the tree, do you notice it? Or you could say you can see a squirrel going up a tree and not even notice it. Well, you noticed it. You saw the squirrel go up the tree.
Well, because he's appreciating the little things.
Gotta appreciate it.
Dude, why we try too hard.
That guy's got no coverage.
We try too hard sometimes.
Real stickler.
Right? Like, I'm more than sure whoever was asking them questions didn't think they were going to be talking about squirrels.
Dude, I don't know, but I love it. Beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see. Much like when you get some beautiful dry cleaning.
Come on.
Man, let me tell you, for the best dry cleaning in South Florida, use our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners, 40 plus years owned and run, Leroy.
Yes, sir. Here's the deal. Call Ara. Here's his number. 954-610-9383. They have a seamstress on the premises.
On site.
Whatever you need done, whether it's kids' uniforms, you got to get those ROTC uniforms gone. Them things got to be lengthened up, taken in, whatever. Teachers need your wardrobe taken in. You're losing a little weight, need a little adjustment. They do have in certain situations, same-day sewing situations. Just give them a call, right? If you need formal clothes cleaned, he covers Dade, Broward, Southern Palm Beach. Give him a call. He'll give you an estimate on what you need altered. All the prices vary because we don't know how much work you're going to have to do.
Yeah, we gotta see what it is.
But give him a call or text him, Ara, at 954-610-9383. Tell him about the deal, Tobin.
This is what the great thing is. Ara is a huge fan of the show. He loves the silly sauce, all right? And so he comes to us, he says, hey, I want to do something for the audience. So here's what you got. You mention Tobin and Leroy when you use A&T Dry Cleaners, 25% off your order. 25% off of your order from A&T Dry Cleaners. Again, the number's 954-610-9383. And as Leroy said, Ara, dedicated to the cause. So get right back to you. Text or call. He got it. And use A&T Dry Cleaners. You're never going to want to launder your own clothes again. Check them out. 954-610-9383.
Game 6.
Time to get your swimmies on, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Hey, by the way,
Hey.
can I
Nope.
just say
What?
a 12-foot python?
Rods off a ship?
Yeah.
But how did it
Oh,
fit in the toilet, though?
what did you say, Marcos?
How did it fit in the toilet?
That's
pipes,
one
dude.
thing.
So it's skinny in 12 feet?
Did you not see it?
When, I didn't know. I'm too scared to look. What?
There's a story out of Thailand of a man who beat a python to death that was in his toilet and bit his testicles.
He beat him with a toilet brush.
So,
beat him with a toilet
Can
brush.
I just say this?
Wow.
Like, before it gets to using my testicles as a meal, I'm noticing, right? The snake not just going like, ooh, food. He gonna be like perusing, right? I'm noticing.
You're not noticing. It's coming through the hole. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
So you're making it sound like it just came out. Ah!
Yeah.
No.
All right, dude.
You don't know how these things happen.
It's taken out.
I really don't.
It's the same animal that's taken out every mammal in the Everglades,
Can I
and
just
you're
tell
going to
you,
notice it.
Not a 12-foot that could fit through a toilet.
Okay,
He
but
ain't
what if
taking
you
out
are
everybody.
doing your business and then it just comes up out of nowhere and you don't hear it or you don't sense it until it's too late? That's what basically happened.
That's why I always look.
What do we got today,
So you're
Jennifer?
going to be looking the entire time?
Yep.
Okay.
What do we got for Rats Off a Ship, JFig?
All right. Well, number one, apparently Dana White is mad at his fighters for sharing too much on social media.
Yeah, yesterday, Merab Dvalishvili, who is fighting Sugar Sean O'Malley for the Bantamweight Championship coming up in September, he shared on social media he got cut in training, and everybody was kind of freaking out because the fight's not that far away. We're talking less than a month, and Dana White was furious about this at the press conference last night because it was Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, and he blasted Merab for even sharing this.
What do you know about Merab's cut? Can you make any?
The whole world knows about Merab's cut. He posted it. I mean, our guys are so dumb. It's next level, unbelievable. It's all the stuff that I talk about boxing. What I will give boxing is when something happens in a camp, man, let me tell you what, it does not leak. You know, our guys can't wait to throw it up on social media. It's a small cut. It's no big deal, but obviously needed to be posted.
Against a guy like O'Malley, who's a sharpshooter and who's a very accurate puncher, now all of a sudden there's a big target for him.
And why the would you want him to know that? It is next level stupid. Some of these guys are so stupid, it's mind-boggling. It's unbelievable.
Can I just say this?
Jesus.
I can tell you why it doesn't get mentioned in boxing. Want to know why?
Yeah.
Because how much these boxers get paid. Okay? Because some of them get a $2, $3, $4, $5 million payday, right? They ain't giving up that. So they'll keep it secret. Whereas MMA, the way they pay their folks, they act crazy because you ain't paying them not to be crazy.
Listen, I can't rule that out. I mean, boxing does, listen, Floyd Mayweather wouldn't ever release footage of him sparring. You know, he was very, very secretive and locked down and stuff. But the thing is, I do agree with him in the sense of I don't know why Merab would put that out there if he wasn't pulling out of the fight. It does seem like an odd one. Like, why would you let your opponent know, hey,
That's a month away. That thing.
Yeah, but he's gonna. But who knows about like scar tissue and all that stuff? It might heal enough for the fight, but it could be not, tender and be a mark for it. And you cut a guy's eye open in the first round, he's bleeped for the fight.
That little bitty cut, that ain't big enough to like talk about all the problems you got. That's a little bitty scar.
Yeah, but it's not in a great spot. It's right on the eyelid.
No, it's right on the bone. Right over the bone. There's a bone you have like just below your eyebrow, and that's the bone that cuts the skin.
I'm
this guy though.
What's that?
You may be right about this specific fighter though. Wasn't he in some shenanigans during UFC 305, if I'm not mistaken? Oh, wrong guy. Sorry, wrong fight.
He went after a heckler. He's done that multiple times. He doesn't play.
So he jumped the gate during UFC 305 and went after a guy. I mean, granted, the heckler immediately was like, all right, I guess wrong move.
One time he crawled up the wall like Spider-Man because somebody was heckling him like from the tunnel. Yeah. And he scaled it. He's like, what did you say? It's from Georgia, like the country. He's like, this is not a man to be played with. And yeah, he's done this multiple times where like if somebody says something disrespectful, he's coming after you.
Not graceful.
Not graceful. Well, he's like 5'4". It's really
excuse me.
Whoa.
Okay.
He just rubbed his head too. I do kind of like that. I do kind of like that.
But you know what? Here's the deal.
That's kind of
the guy that was talking all that trash back down pretty quick. When your actions you feel aren't going to have a reaction, you say whatever you want. But if this could happen, you see what I'm saying? Then we're not going to be so quick to do that. Man. Sometimes you need to let them know. You can't just say anything you want. Uh-oh.
Well, he's laughing right there.
Yeah, he's having a good time. I'm not rats off a ship on Dana White though. I think that
activity outside.
Yeah, it's a little scary. Not rats off a ship. I think that's a fair criticism. I don't think I would let my opponent know about that. Leroy?
Well, since he went all Brian Flores on him, I'm gonna say I'm not rats off a ship. There is some validity to it.
Just tone is wrong.
But think about this. Now, hear me out. I'm gonna do a Tobin.
Mm-hmm.
What if he put it out there and then his odds drop like a sack of donuts?
Yeah.
So instead of minus 600, he's minus 800.
Mm-hmm.
And then he bets on himself.
You can't bet on yourself in boxing. It'd have to be a secret.
Oh, he can't. No, you mean in MMA?
In MMA, I'm sorry. Yeah, in MMA, you can't bet on yourself. Boxing, you can.
Yeah, that's what happened to Ryan
Garcia. Yeah.
Ryan Garcia.
But you can't bet on yourself in MMA anymore.
Oh, okay. All right.
Too much scandal. And then Dana White's got a casino snitches. It's the whole thing.
Okay. So you can't do it. All right.
No.
Got greedy with your Tobin.
Yeah, that's like. Yeah.
Where are your rats, Jennifer?
I also agree. I'm not rats off a ship. He should be mad. Not everything has to be posted on social media, but that's just the way he's living right now.
Because you know what? Here's the deal. All these fighters act like, for what I'm getting paid, I'm gonna act a fool because it's not that important. And Dana's not gonna change, and they're not gonna change. So that's why a lot of them do crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like that in boxing, because you get a $30-40 million payday, you ain't messing that up.
What about you, Malashvili?
Huh? I am rats off a ship. I like the transparency. Mind your business.
Rats off a ship.
They're so dumb. They're so stupid.
So angry.
He's so mad.
Like he's so mad.
Give us what's the next one, JFig? What do we got?
Well, Mike McDaniel has a new look.
Always.
Here's a picture of him at the press conference today.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
looking scruffy.
Wow.
Yeah.
He looks like he's
that's that camp. That's that camp. Like the playoff beard. That's that camp dude.
He looks
you wait till the season starts.
He looks like he is he's about to enter the World Series of Poker.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, can I just say, do they make those glasses in medium?
Do you think he needs medium?
Yes. Like you got a peanut. You can't be wearing big boy glasses. I mean, he's not a big dude.
No, he is not.
Right. But he got glasses like him and Teron Armstead switch glasses.
He's got to look, man. He's got to look. I'm not rats off a ship. I like Mike McDaniel's swagger.
I'm like, do you? It's like, I'm going to make fun of him, but if he comfortable with it, he feel good about himself, You do you. I'm shocked he got rid of the hat, to be honest with you.
Well, he wanted to beat the accusations. He was not happy with
being called the hat guy.
Getting called a hat guy, But listen,
I think it had more along the lines of that when you wear a hat, you can only wear certain hats.
Mm-hmm.
And he was wearing
fancy hats.
Right.
Fancy
and
hats.
I think they called him out on that because keep in mind, there's licensing in football. So whenever you go on that field as a player or a coach, you have to wear something that's licensed by the NFL.
I like the meme that's already going around where he's it's Mike McDaniel's intro press conference versus yesterday or this morning.
That's what football do to you.
Very polished.
New year.
Sleeper NFL, me at the draft party versus me week 5.
Even look, he got professional glasses on, really smart. Now he got them tenants. Look, just like come on. That football.
He got very Miami.
Hey, that football kicking his ass. Look at him. Like he on the stand at 8 count. That's what football has done to him. It does it to everybody. Hey, it does it to everybody. Like you go look at pictures of Bill Belichick when he first got to Cleveland and a couple of years ago.
He looks like such a good boy when he's just getting introduced to everybody. And now he's just a degenerate.
You know what he looks like? A card counter in Vegas.
Yes.
Right? Like he's not allowed back in Vegas.
He's at like he learned how to count cards at Yale.
Yeah.
JFig, what about you? You like his look?
I like it. I'm not rats off a ship. It's very real of him.
I'm not like, do you, man? Like, listen, you know what? There's gonna be a whole bunch of people. You start winning, a whole bunch of people wearing them big ass glasses on a little face.
Frog boy,
as a fellow wear shades inside, outside kind of guy, I'm digging the look. I am.
Hey, don't you have that?
You're such a show pony. You need his glasses.
Don't you have that sheath over your eyes that allows you to see underwater? Yeah.
They cover his bug eyes. He can see out.
Yeah.
Give us one more, JFig.
So apparently there is a 2-part Sopranos documentary on HBO.
I like The Sopranos. But I'm rats off a ship. Look, I get how it was made. You guys went to New Jersey. You guys hung out with some mafia. You'll do some James Gandolfini stuff. You guys tried to reel me in with that prequel, and it was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't any good. Rats off a ship.
Can I just say I'm rats off a ship for this reason?
That's rough.
The ending.
Right.
Rats off a ship.
Like, you couldn't even get me to watch the prequel because the ending was so bad. I don't want the setup to go through this again.
Right. You know what? That should be if the start of the documentary is apologizing for the ending, then I will be on the ship. But I feel like they're not going to do that.
2 hours explaining the ending.
Yeah, rats off a ship. JFig.
I'm also rats off a ship. Just leave well enough.
Rats off a ship.
Hopefully, it goes better though than the Love Island reunion. A lot of stones left unturned.
But I will say this: Game of Thrones. Now this is before, right? This is before. This is a prequel, also.
Dragon is prequel, yes.
Right. I mean, look. Same thing with Vikings. Like Vikings, their second portion of their shows has been good.
Valhalla. That's a sequel. That's not a prequel.
That's a sequel. That's after.
That's down the road.
That's what I'm saying. That's after.
Frog boy.
I am a rats off a ship. Never seen Sopranos before. Not gonna watch a documentary on it. We get it.
Rats off a ship.
Tobes, they have a remember Last Kingdom, right?
Yep.
They did a movie.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, all right. Thanks for sticking with it there, Tony Soprano.
Jeez, just any opportunity, huh?
Rats off a ship.
Take a break. Final hour coming on up next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, Leroy, can we get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover law firm?
I'm glad you mentioned weather because right now it is terrible.
Your accidentattorneys.com free consultation 24/7. Call them up at 866-954-MORE.
It is pouring right now. Pouring. Big drops. Them big drops falling. I can't tell which way the wind's blowing. I think it's coming out of the west, southwest. But because the leaves are just tired. They just laying straight. It's got to be in the upper 80s. Maybe might have caught 90. But it's raining pretty hard right now. And I would expect a little more of this as the day and the week goes on because it just seems like we're in one of those cycles where the day starts off good and it just builds up during the day. Other than that, I mean, you could hear it almost.
It does. I can hear it. Very soothing.
No. Oh. And the funny thing about all that is I would have heard your responses if I hadn't went too far and pulled my headphones out of the thing. So
it's all right. No, I was just saying, I don't remember what I was saying. I was too distracted by Jimmy Butler just dunking on a lot of tiny people on a basketball court in China.
I've told you this before, Tobin. Right? There are certain athletes, right?
Mm-hmm.
That a L is a L.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who it's against. Right? I ain't never let Fonz win at nothing. I don't care. I don't care. Bill's character. Right? I ain't giving you nothing. You got to earn it. And I don't care if it's little kids. Like, Jimmy ain't going to be in China unless some kid cross him over. No.
No.
But that's, and you know, like, that's just the way it is. I bet you Bronny got dunked on all the time by LeBron.
Builds character.
That's it. Bill's character. Don't give nobody nothing. We give a kid, we want them to feel good about this sport to the point where they think they good and they owed something. No.
Headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at the car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Nick T says,
hard, dude.
Poor frog boy. Only one who has to drive home in this weather. He likes the water. He's amphibian.
Is it really that bad?
Yes.
It's pretty bad.
Like, it's bad.
You got signal in there today, frog boy?
No, DirecTV is currently out, and so is the rest of the building. Yeah, it's away.
Hey, so Frog Boy.
Yes, sir.
Call me if we need to make some arrangements on Friday.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. No, but don't you? Thursday's your blood work, correct?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna come in, but if you need a ride, then. But here's the deal.
Yes.
Your ass gonna have to be ready a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Don't be coming up here 2 minutes before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
And when I give a ride, here's how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm 10 minutes away.
You don't stop the car.
I get outside.
Yep. No, that's fair.
Okay.
Then let's go pick up JFig and see if really there's any trains over there.
Sure. There's no trains.
There's no trains.
Go for it. Go
There's
for
no
it.
trains.
I hope they stop you.
Dude, when I went to your house, there was I never saw a train.
You probably went to the turnpike, okay? I don't know how
what are
many
you talking
times
about?
I have to
You
say
don't live off. You don't live near no highways, JFig.
Okay, number one, I live in the middle. Well, not the middle. You know what? Exactly. That makes more sense. I don't live near the turnpike or the Palmetto, so it takes a long time for me to get on one. Okay.
You're scrambling right now.
You're scrambling.
You're scrambling.
She said, "Give me."
Trying to figure it out. She's trying to find out where a railroad could go, but it's not.
I know where mine is. Okay,
but let me ask
I have
you a question.
several of them next to me.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why is there a need for a train to be in your area?
You know
Because
what?
where is it going? Where is it
Tell
going?
me. I don't know.
Where is it going?
I don't know.
So there, one of the endings is by the Amazon area on past 8th Street, actually.
The other
In
one must
between
be
8th Street and 12th Street. It's like right
She's just
there.
saying
It's like an
words
ending
right now.
there.
Yeah, because I don't like.
Okay, you know what? Don't ask me
But
questions.
here's
You're
all.
gonna
When I
dismiss
go
me,
to
okay?
JFig's house, here's what I say: directions to JFig's house. Okay.
It's getting crazy out here.
Go 5 miles and turn right. I don't know what the streets are. It don't give me streets.
I wish I saw the train coming. Now I'm dead. Now my life is off track.
Amazon seemed a little safer at the time.
It was the same train that stops in front of the Kaseya Center right
Look,
before.
Washington.
Oh my
was in the
goodness!
heat, okay? It was
Wait a minute. Can I just tell you?
Worst time train.
What are we doing?
Can the Heat have some kind of agreement with those train tracks? Because first of all, I think they're only allowed to go 3 miles an hour.
Yep.
And you have the stupid people that jump the train and go across anyway.
I've thought about it.
Huh? Nothing was funnier than when I parked and JFig said she spent $12 for parking. I said, I spent $2.
Yeah, and you were parked where? Up north.
No, yeah. It had the same name.
In
But,
Chicago or
but
something.
I paid to park in the parking lot in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Minnesota.
Be good.
Oh, it was hilarious. I'm like,
Man,
look.
I tell you, there's one thing that gives me a lot of comfort, a lot like Storm Duck looking at squirrels. Right? And that is when Barry Jackson talks to scouts.
Whoa.
Barry Jackson talks to scouts. I get delighted because I know these scouts, they got the goods. And Barry Jackson had a scout tell him that the Miami Heat, because he watched all Summer League, the scout. That's what a scout does. They watch.
That's right.
He said, quote, they got to steal with Khalil Ware.
Oh man!
Wow.
K.
Well, your insiders told us that with Bam. So like we don't need Barry Jackson. We got insiders.
I don't have an Indiana insider. I don't have an Indiana insider though.
Yeah.
So I do
He
need a
had
scout.
one. He's no longer with us.
Oh yeah.
I tipped my 40 for him.
Mm.
Oladipo. I don't know why, dude. He's been
going-
one of my favorite players like since he got into the league.
He's going to the Hoosier Hall of Fame.
Cool.
Says his shot blocking was off the charts in Summer League, got up and down the floor. He has always been considered a talented offensive player, but he did it more consistently than people expected. Really shined. And this, Leroy, this is the Goosey's part right here from the scout.
Well, no. Can I just say something?
What?
You can't tell me about how my goose is gonna feel. You say something and then ask me if it's goosey.
I haven't heard what this guy's gonna say.
Hold on, guys. This one gonna be funny.
Yeah, I won't say it. You know, it's fine. I won't say it.
No,
I'll
you
say
tell
it from
me.
the end.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
All right, well, Marcos, this is what the scout said.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't thought about this with Bam. He says he really shined, and Khalil, this is going to give Bam the ability to not play at the 5 full time. Wow.
Woo! Can I get some credit, please? Can I please get some credit?
Woo!
Wait, why you didn't get the goose
called
when
for
I
this.
told you this 3 months ago, 4 months ago?
I did get Goosies, but you're not a scout. You know, when I have an anonymous scout tells me that,
So okay,
basically like
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. He's a scout. He knows the sport. He can say the same thing. It has a different feel to it, right?
Yep.
And why don't you feel that way when I talk football?
I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
This
No,
guy
you
is
don't.
this guy's
No, you
kind
don't.
of
Our last argument was about Liam Eichenberg.
look. I like you when you talk football. I mean, not as much as Baldy, but I love when you talk football. Baldy say anything good this morning?
No, I wasn't listening.
Oh, remember that flip that Tua had? That break.
Oh, dude. Did he talk about that?
He said that Tua's ball faking skills are second to none in this business.
Wow.
Hey, y'all want me to hate you. Like you really do.
Well, it's the Baldy makes this point all the time, you know.
But here's what I don't get. I will say the same exact words as these other people. And then you come back to me and say, you know what so-and-so said, gave me the Goosies.
No, that's not true. But Baldy was making the point about how defenses, they're not smart all the time, and you can really deceive them. And so Tua's doing this sleight of hand thing to really trick the defense, you know?
I hate you right now so much. Like I hate you. You know.
Yeah. This is
Baldy.
inside how the defense thinks.
But like,
He's good.
I've never said that, right? I've never said that, dude. Like, we did damn near a whole show on how stupid I think defenses are. like about them. Like, it's more important for a defense not to make the play, but to tell you that they know what the play is. Right? That the thing about next time you watch a game, you watch the linebacker acting a fool when he think he know where something's going. And I'm like, that's what we want you to think, dummy. That's why we have play action. So when you start calling that, and then the quarterback goes, stay with it. We got him.
Love this Dolphins Dolphins offense, man. More wrinkles than a pug.
Sharpay.
What?
Sharpay.
What the hell's a Sharpay?
More wrinkles than a pug.
Does it?
Yes. Pull up a Sharpay.
How do you spell that?
Isn't that a marker?
Same way it sounds, Marcos.
Oh my goodness.
What does it sound like? Then because if it sounds like SHRPAY, is that right?
I don't know. It probably is AI. I mean, EI.
Does not sound like that. But I tell you what, that dog.
How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
It's two words. SHR space PEI.
Yeah, I thought it ended in PEI. But no, the only reason why I know those are more wrinkly than a pug because I have one.
You had a Sharpay?
Yeah. And here's what I didn't realize because everybody said, oh, they're so ugly, they're cute. Here's what I didn't realize. They're Chinese fighting dogs. So they're mean as hell.
Oh, that's why it's spelled like that. It's like Payway.
Ah, that's right.
They are so mean.
Yeah.
And they're fighting dogs?
Yeah. The skin is so when they get in fights that you don't get to their body because of the skin.
That's cool.
But
that's why I do it too.
Like I had one and he would get on the bed, right?
What was his name?
And one was I forgot what I had.
Bernie?
No.
Charmaine.
No. So anyway.
Bernie.
So he would like he would get over and lay up against my leg, right? And if I would move my leg, he would growl and try to bite me. Right. And he scoot over. I move my leg.
Do that.
Yeah. See?
Wow.
I had a black one.
Looks like the Dolphins offense right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrinkles.
Yeah. But that's what it's for. They're fighting dogs, and the skin is so they don't get
in the wrinkles there, you can see Jonnu Smith taking a reverse. Pretty good.
They can break back after this.
WQAM broadcast.
Got a double dip coming up or something, Marcos?
I do. This is scheduled for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Radio tease, baby. Radio.
There you go. A radio tease. 24 hours notice. Are you annoyed or not annoyed, Marcos, that Travis Kelce is going to be in Happy Gilmore too?
I am beyond pissed off.
Why?
I see this as the end game as to why he got with Taylor Swift.
Interesting.
Not only to get into Happy Gilmore, but
Who's worse,
to leverage
Travis Kelce or J-Lo?
Oh,
You guys are the worst.
I thought those
points in their careers.
Poor Ben Affleck. I thought those crazy kids were going to make it again.
Thought they were.
Wait, but no, she's done it multiple times. This is his first time.
This is his first time
This
divorced?
is not his first time.
This is
he was
his
with-
first time leveraging another person who's famous. As well.
Yeah, he was with Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Gardner's famous.
No,
What are
I'm
you guys
talking about Travis Kelce.
Yeah, we're not talking about Ben Affleck. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Ben Affleck's famous. But Travis Kelce is doing this whole J-Lo thing with Tay-Tay. And then once he gets his movie role, it's only a matter of time before he moves on from Lil
I'm
Tay-Tay.
pretty sure he could have done that by himself.
No way he's getting into Happy Gilmore.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know if he's getting into Happy Gilmore without Tay-Tay. I'm not sure.
You guys are frauds.
No way.
What?
You guys are
That's
all
not
frauds.
accurate. You think that dude ain't famous?
He's not
famous. He's
Happy
famous.
He's not
Gilmore
Taylor Swift.
famous.
Who's Taylor Swift famous? Nobody.
Of course. What other NFL player is going to be in Happy Gilmore, though?
He
Tua.
has a bunch of players going to be on it. I heard.
Bunch of golfers.
Is Tua going to be in
Golfers
it?
too, but
Tua plays golf.
pretty sure
Howdy
Tua
plays
would opt
Just
for
because you
something
play
to
golf
be-
doesn't mean you have the personality to be in a movie, dude.
Wasn't Tua just in a commercial yesterday? I thought he was on a Paramount commercial with somebody.
No. Did he throw
Tua
it
has
over?
Commercials are
personality.
different. Commercials are different
Why are they different?
because it takes like a day to film, and a movie takes.
What if it's
lot
just a
longer.
cameo? Does that have to be a whole movie? Just a couple scenes?
Yeah.
You know who needs to be in the Happy Gilmore? He needs to bring him back from his other movie. He needs to bring Anthony Edwards back because Anthony Edwards was funny. in that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
what was that movie called? Do you remember what it was called? Was it?
man, it's the one with the twin or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called though. I forget. Somebody will get it on the chat.
Well, I know one movie he can throw away forever.
Hustle.
Little Nicky.
I like
starring Dan Marino.
I like Little
That
Nicky.
movie was terrible.
What?
It was not starring Dan Marino.
It
It
was.
was a cameo. There's a big difference.
Look, and that's what we're saying now. Now we've gotten to the point. You think Travis Kelce's on Dan Marino level? No way.
No. But today,
Yeah.
I promise you, more people know who Travis Kelce is than Dan Marino.
Because of Tay-Tay. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Dan Marino, I mean, his most famous music hookup was Hootie.
No.
Damn,
what
right?
about Pet Detective?
No, that was his most famous movie, but his
Most
most
famous.
musical association was
You
who?
think people didn't know who Travis Kelce was before
Yes.
Tay-Tay?
I
Okay,
do.
JFig, nobody's saying nobody knew who he was. He wasn't a world famous,
Happy
rock star
Gilmore.
level. Like he's arguably the most popular, or he's the most known guy in the NFL now because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like more than Mahomes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's true. No way he gets this.
Like I'm not arguing that he wasn't famous nor good at his job. He obviously was good at both of them. But yeah, like their podcast got taken to a number one, and they're $100 million. They're seeking like $100 million deal. This is all post Taylor.
No way he gets this role.
I just feel like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. You guys are gonna say something bad after this. I don't know.
He's gonna break up with her because he's a slimy dog, and he just wanted this Happy Gilmore role.
Well, no, you don't break up with Tay-Tay. Next album.
She's gonna see through him.
See
man.
this. There you go. That's what I was.
I think
waiting
you got that's a good point, Leroy. I think JFig wants Travis Kelce to break up with Tay-Tay because she said that Taylor Swift's album stunk.
You're putting words in my mouth. I didn't say that. I didn't say that one bit. Okay.
You want an
You don't
unhappy
think-
Taylor Swift. That's what you
Jennifer,
want.
Can I just say this?
bottom
You don't
of it.
have to say nothing when it
I
took
don't
you a
have to
month and a half to review it.
No.
Yep.
You know what? I don't like
That
this.
pretty much says it all.
Get me
You
out
thought
of
her
this
album
conversation.
stunk. You thought her
Finish
album
it.
stunk, and so now you wanted to break up with Travis so we get a great album.
Absolutely not.
You know what?
I don't-
I'm with you.
I don't believe you.
Absolutely not.
You and I, samesies, dude.
Who?
Samesies. It's the same thing. We both are in agreement that Taylor is much too good for him. And once that scumbag shows his true colors, probably a great guy, then we will see the best album.
Wait, you do realize you're saying that about somebody who everybody genuinely likes.
Yeah,
The amount of deception, -1 to you. Okay.
Wow, dude. Look, everyone.
I can see the look in her eye. Like, as soon as we mentioned good Taylor Swift album,
You
she perked
three
up.
are about to be Washington. Okay.
Wow.
Not me three.
Yeah, you too.
What?
You know who's never going to make a good album again?
Who's that?
Adele. She's now happy with Rich Paul. Never going to get a good album again.
Haters. Haters. For a second, I had to figure out what song you were singing.
I still didn't know.
It's like off her first album, right? Is that what you're trying to do?
Send a letter or send a love letter or something like that.
Start off with Spanish humming. We end with Adele.
No, hey, look. I'm sorry I don't speak Spanish, and you put the Spanish on there. I did the best that I could. Damn it!
He did do the best he could. You guys are really being judgmental.
Language barrier. Whoa! Nobody's gonna be a little patient with Leroy with the language barrier. I live in South Florida.
That was JFig. She was very aggressive in the chat.
Yeah. Didn't even sound like it. Sorry.
You didn't even have the melody right. What do you mean?
Oh, so now it's not the fact that I wasn't singing in Spanish. It's at least I was singing the broken
You weren't
language.
singing. You were humming.
Oh, even go good
Didn't know
album.
the word.
Love.
Wow.
They're enough for her, dude.
You guys get on me.
Hmm?
She's language shaming.
She is.
I'm language.
Yes.
Agreed.
I agree.
She's a
Language
bully.
shaming.
I'm a bull. You know what?
He's a
You
bully.
guys are, you're
Yeah,
really
I'm a
out
bully.
here. Okay.
Don't sing the
fine.
song, Leroy, if you can't sing it in its
Do
proper
you guys?
language.
Would you guys agree on this? Not you, Jennifer, but like, would you guys agree that JFig resorts to thuggery?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I would agree.
She strong-armed me in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I would agree.
Ever
She
since
did.
she's gotten this Pilates, she's been much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since she went and got a little stretch on, now all of a sudden she a badass.
Not the only thing she likes to stretch the truth. We know what happened to
That's
that bird.
very cute.
Wow,
That's
this is a
very
lot of
cute.
exposure.
Wait.
Yeah.
This is very
Wait,
bold
wait.
of you guys.
Now you could go very far, but you are Stretch Armstrong when it comes to stretching the truth. my
What does
friend.
that mean?
That
What does that mean? Look at
You
all your
notice-
years in radio.
hey, you've been manipulating the truth since I've known you.
Oh, that's ridiculous, dude. I'm a straight shooter.
No.
I'm like that Turkish
Hey.
Olympian.
Which hand has the truth?
All honest Tobes.
That's right.
Oh, honest.
Nobody
Yeah.
Take a break. Back after
Yeah,
this.
she also stretched Washington's neck.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Frogboy, who's in there with Hockman?
See these shenanigans going on. They got a camera crew. WPLG is here potentially.
Ooh.
Never met him in person.
What are they talking about? Flores?
I don't understand. That must be what they're referring to. But how
Really?
come they didn't ask old Frogboy what he thinks about Flores, huh?
I mean, you're you. I mean, like, what are they going to ask you?
Okay, drop my camera. Sorry about that.
And that's why we're not on TV.
He's embarrassing us again.
You know, it's a big sports story when the news stations come in to film radio happening, as if they couldn't just get it off of
the radio,
YouTube, or the radio. Like, they couldn't just lift this. They're like,
Yeah.
hey,
I just think that we live in a world now that if you're sorry, be sorry.
right.
Right? And he tried to be sorry without being sorry. At no point in time did he say, I handled that situation poorly. If I had it over to do, he says, listen, I'm human. It was my first time coaching. If I had to do it over again, I would not have treated to it that way. He could have squashed this and made that the end of this conversation. Right? But the way he explained it, now we're just going to keep going back and forth. And so if you are sorry, don't say I'm sorry, but I'm still growing. But and then 3 minutes later, say when Tua said when Tua has said that I was a mean person, it hurt. Right? Which is the reason why he's up there in the first place.
No, I noticed that same argument though used against Tua. Like the same way you're saying, that maybe Brian Flores' hurt feelings should be the least of our worries. I did see a lot of people somehow attacking Tua after this interview.
Tua need to be tougher. Tua need, no, and
Brian
here's the thing.
Flores hurt my
No. Let me clarify this for everybody, including the stupid people. Okay?
We're listening.
If you talk to anybody in your family or close to you that way over and over again, they're going to start feeling like they're inadequate. Whereas if you go at them with a positive attitude, then it can be more productive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if a person that you're dealing with is single-handedly one of the most important people in your success at that job, why would you go at them like that? So for anybody to say that Tua needs to man up, have you been on planet Earth lately? Everything you say, everybody get their feelings hurt. Yet you gonna say Tua needed to be tougher? And then after that, if you say that about Tua, what are you gonna say to Brian Flores? Yeah, it wasn't very positive.
That maybe this came out. I mean, things like this may happen more than we know outside looking in. Were you a little surprised that maybe it came up?
Again, surprised or not surprised, I think it's something that we're dealing with. But like I said, I'd like to turn the page and really focus on our guys.
Damage is done, my friend.
Right. And again, let's be clear. I think that Brian Flores is an excellent coach, and I think he will get another opportunity. My criticism of him, which it has always been, Tobin, you know this, that if it's your first and foremost job to get the most out of the talent that you have and try to win football games, why would you go at a rookie quarterback like that?
Yeah, it was dumb.
Right.
It was.
And then, after the fact, say, well, what he had to say, it took me by surprise because it wasn't very positive.
I think the thing that's even crazier about it too is like there was just such a bad job from him, from the organization, of leaving him out to dry that second year. Of just like, hey, answer these questions every single day about, hey, does the organization want you?
Deal with their nonsense.
Yeah.
Because nobody else responded to it. Because all Flores had to say was, Tua's our starter. Meanwhile, everybody in that room, in that interview room, could see the way Flores was treating Tua. So now you go to Tua, and Tua tried to be the company guy while understanding that he had questions if the company wanted him.
It's like, dude, we know what you did. We know what you did.
That's my only problem. You can't, not fully apologize for what you did and then say your feelings got hurt from the same crap you did to him.
I mean, I had a conversation
That's crazy.
with Tua about, all that was going on. It's the same conversation we've been having for a little while, which is he's our quarterback. Tua's our quarterback. I've said that, multiple times. I mean, I think I've said this multiple times. Tua's our quarterback. Tua's our quarterback. Tua's our quarterback. I mean, when I say, he's our quarterback, that is me, saying we're committed to him. Like I said, Tua's our quarterback. Tua's our quarterback. I basically answer it every day, same way. Tua's our quarterback. I think when I say Tua's the quarterback, I don't know what more I can say.
We don't believe you.
It's actually a lot more you can say, sir.
Right.
Do you like Leroy?
So much more.
It's the least amount of words you can say.
I work with Leroy. Yeah,
and he always said it like he was holding his breath, like
right. Like disgust. Like, why are you asking me this question?
Yeah.
Because of the way you're treating your quarterback as if you don't want him to be the quarterback.
Tua's our quarterback.
He basically said everything but, listen, they told me to put him in.
They'd stop saying Tua's our quarterback is like saying, hard to say.
Yeah. It's like, so if
you guys want some good news from today, though?
Oh, yeah, I would love it.
Did that Tua is our quarterback?
Tua is our quarterback.
You ain't got no damn choice now. Too late for questions.
Chris Perkins.
Oh, Perk.
He got in a little heat.
He did because he had the column that Flores has been more successful than Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. Right.
But more important than that, stock up, stock down.
Whoa, we're back, baby.
And today,
yeah.
Guess whose stock is up, Leroy?
Tell me.
Leroy?
Tua?
Nope.
Damn.
Storm?
Nope.
Doug?
Nope.
Liam Eichenberg?
Wrong.
Oh, that'd be great.
River.
No, he's not playing.
He's not playing. That's right. Yes.
Julian Hill.
Nope.
No. So that means that we got to go with left tackle Paul.
Okay. Patrick Paul.
Think you're in the realm. Think Giants.
Calais Campbell.
Yes.
Oh,
it's a Giant.
Oh, what a one.
Can I just tell you? Go to Calais and tell him his stock is down.
Calais Campbell, it says the 17-year veteran. Jeez, that's a lot of football.
17 years.
Had a sack, then violently swatted down a pass with such enthusiasm that the defensive line got fired up. Campbell has looked good in his few full practices.
Whoa.
It's a Giant.
It is a Giant.
Now.
It's a Giant.
You guys want to stock down?
Oh, yeah. Gotta hear that. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
I like this guy. I don't know.
Oh, okay. You know, like River.
Who doesn't he like?
River Craycraft isn't practicing.
No, I know. But he said he likes
saying River.
I get distracted when he says he likes this guy.
Jeff Wilson Jr.
I would have never guessed that, to be honest.
I didn't even know he was playing.
Well, he is. His
stock is down, though?
According to Perk, Wilson, a favorite of McDaniel. Had a low-key performance on Wednesday.
Cut him.
Here, can I just say this?
I'm available.
I've told you guys this over and over again. It is really hard to tell a running back he has stock down when the game that a running back plays is so physical. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I would never put that on the running back, because I would say to anybody, like, if you're not getting tackled and part of your, part of your success is breaking tackles, how is your stock ever going to be up or down? So I always give running backs a break on that, simply because they have or play the one position where what separates them from other people is their ability to break tackles and make people miss. And if you're not tackling, that's hard to do.
That's our show for today, ladies and gentlemen. We will talk to you rascals tomorrow.
Hope you mother have a good day. Join Hot